Then we're also going to have sessions on mental health. COVID-19 had left some traces of challenges in our mind. So we're going to learn, we're going to explore how we can be able to build resilience coming back from COVID-19. Then we have spoken words on embracing the new normal. So we believe that we are not in normal times. Maybe we are trying to, but we are not. So we're going to have a spoken word on the new normal. My presentation, we're going to look at the Iit community, our journey so far. We've been operating for the past 5 years. We started back in 2016, and a lot has happened over there. Now we're looking at what we've done so far, where we're going, and how best you all can be part of the story and the work we're doing. My name is Joshua Kwajima. I'm sure you might know me, some of you. And I happen to be the president for the Iit Hub. We'll talk a lot about Iit Hub today. I also happen to be the co-founder and CEO for Personet. It's my first startup. I started right here at the age of 19. I was privileged to have studied here after senior high school. I learned programming. And after 9 months, I found my co-founder right here. Then we started this first company. I also happen to be the president for the Ghana State Network. It's a position I took this year. So that's one of my new positions. And with this position, my vision and the team vision and the network vision is to accelerate STEM education in Ghana and Africa. So our goal is to make sure every child in Ghana is living a lifestyle of STEM. They have resources to learn or have practical learning experiences. When COVID came, we all had ways to deal with COVID. And one of the ways I had to deal with COVID was books. So I started this new organization called University, where we read a book every month. We discuss our lessons and impact for life. That's how we were able to hold ourselves together. And if I tell you the sort of transformation that happened within that period of COVID and post-COVID, you'll be amazed. The books we've read, the lessons, the impact on our life, and the things we've discovered. So this is a nutshell of me. And as you can see, I said I'm unstoppable. So we're going to talk about Iit Hub, and the quote from Alan Kane. He said, "The best way to predict the future is to invent it." And we believe that we are in an age of technological revolution called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And this is inspired by some powerful forces or technologies, including IoT, AI, robotics, 3D printing, VR, blockchain, and a number of them. And all these technologies are going to change our world. They're going to shift industries. They're going to change our lives, change the economy, and change everything we ever seen. And they're also going to create a whole new future we've never seen before in all the history of mankind. That's why we existed. To be able to understand these technologies that are happening, how we can also use them to solve our problems as Africans, and how we can also create the new industries, how we can also empower ourselves to stay relevant for the future. And that's all about the Iit community. Now, our core purpose is to explore emerging technologies to solve an African's problem. Our vision is to be the hubs of emerging technologies in Africa. And our mission is to build communities empowered with these technologies to solve an African's problem. Our core values include innovations. We believe that we're in a world where if you don't innovate, you die. So day in and out, innovation is happening. So if you've been following Iit for the past 5 years, you've realized that every year we have something new for the world. That's one of our culture, our values, innovation. We also believe in creativity, that we should be able to think outside the box. We live in a world where it's difficult to embrace change, adapt to technology. It's literally impossible to do something outside the box thinking. But we've loaded that into our value system to make sure that every member in the community can find a way to rewire their brains for creativity. We also have integrity, where we keep to our words and promises, that whatever we say we're going to do, we make sure we deliver. Whatever mission we want to execute, we make sure we execute it. Whatever mission we set out to achieve, we make sure we get it done. When we have accountability, we're holding ourselves accountable. I believe that we are the future, the youth of the nation and the continent, and it's our responsibility to make sure we hold ourselves accountable, to prepare ourselves for the future and to build the future. We also have teamwork. We can't do this alone. You can't do it alone, I can't do either. So teamwork brings all our strengths and weaknesses together to synergize. And with that harmony, we're able to go whatever we have to do. We also believe in diversity. Diversity in gender, diversity in tribes, diversity in countries. So we diversify in all areas or possibilities you want to think about. That's the sort of value we want to build into the organization. We also believe in pragmatism, that we don't have to stick to one way of doing things. We need to figure out what works and figure out what doesn't work, and drop what doesn't work and we keep what works. So that's pragmatism. Then we have meritocracy. If you want to be part of what we do, either join our team or our project initiative, we don't care whether you go to school or not. As long as you have the skills, you have what it takes, you can do the job, you can have a position. That's meritocracy. It's not about who I know, who is related to me, or who knows me. It's about who can get the job done. And whoever can get the job done, irrespective of where you are, where you're coming from, or what you do, as long as you can get the job done and get it done well, you have that seat. Now we look at our core culture. We have 3 cultures. If you've been following us too, you realize that every post that we post online or in the groups, we see 3 things. Constant. Learn, share, build. That's the culture we are building. A culture where we are always learning something new. In our industry, in our space, if you stop learning, you become obsolete. So day in and out, there's a new technology, there's a new framework, there's a new tool. If you're a mobile developer, you will follow the trend and realize that, first of all, initially, you have to learn Java for Android, Swift for iOS, Microsoft C# for Windows Mobile. That was there for so long before we had the likes of Kotlin coming in to help with Java, then that's coming in to help with Flutter, and the React and all that coming in to help with mobile development. So day in and out, there's something new coming, making our work easier. So if you stop learning, you're literally becoming obsolete, losing your job. We also have sharing. We like to share resources, share knowledge, share experience, share opportunities, share everything we get our hands on. It's a culture we build into our community and organization. If you have a knowledge, you share it. If you have a resource, you share it. Whatever it is that you need or you want, we always promote and encourage people or members to share. And the last value or culture is building. We don't just learn and share and talk, we also build innovations. Again, if you're following us too for some time now, you realize that we always build something new, something innovative. Our core goals as an organization or community is to build a vibrant ecosystem across the continent, not just Ghana. We're looking at entire Africa. And someday we'll expand to other continents as well, which we'll get there. And our second goal is to democratize digital skills. We are in an era where the kind of knowledge and skills you need, you can get from our classrooms. So all the jobs are shifting to a new industry where our educational system is still where it has been for the past 50 years. So how do you go through the processes and still make sure you have your job guaranteed? It's not. That's how come today we have government payroll getting full. That's how come today we have 8.7 million youths not having employment. That's how come every year we are churning about 100,000 graduates from the tertiary, and they are left to figure out what they do with their life after school. So we want to make sure that these skills can be easily accessible to everyone. Then our last goal is to make sure we build innovations, we drive innovations. We solve challenging problems like unemployment in Ghana. We create more jobs, and we can't do this without technology. Our activities over the past years include our monthly meetup. As we have it here, we've been doing this for the past 5 years. And when COVID came, we had to pause and go online. We believe COVID is slowing down, or COVID never existed in our part of the world. I don't know, I have no proof. So we're coming back. And today happens to be the first time coming back from COVID since our last time in February 2020. We haven't had any physical meetup since then. So today is our first time coming back. We're hoping that coming back, we can come back stronger and bigger as we are anticipating. We also do capacity building. We go to campuses, programs to build capacity, among others. We do events and conferences. We've been looking forward to doing a lot of workshops, hackathons, and boot camps on the various tertiary campuses. We do participate in project development, innovations, and the last stage is what this year we're going to be focusing a lot into building incubations and startups under the community. So if you have an idea or you want to solve a problem, you put up a team, you work together, you build your own company, you create your own jobs, you employ your colleagues. It's something we're going to be looking forward to doing to help government address the 1 million job creation in the next 3 years. Our journey since 2016. The journey hasn't been easy. Honestly, if I say it has, I'm lying. But we started this whole IoT thing without knowing what we're doing, where we're going, or anybody to tell us what to do. It was a learning journey. So this was our first meetup. We had 4 people. For the first time, we decided to meet. And gradually, we started building up the numbers. In 2017, 2018, the numbers started growing. In 2018, 2019, this is pictures from 2018 meetup. 2019, we started gaining momentum. Then 2019, December, we had a party. So at the party, there were food, there were meat, there were games, there were network, whatever you want to do. We have fun after all the hard work. So we're hoping that this year to December, we could have a party as well. And 2020 came, and that was the number of people who showed up. The whole place was packed. That was January, February. Then COVID came. Our item 32 are always special. So if you come to our meeting for every month in 12 months, you end up having 12 slices of pizza in a year for free. All right. Our community today, we're over 10,000 now. For the past 5 years, we've been able to grow the community from the 4 members that we started to over 10,000 now. And we look at the segment of our community structures. A quote from Helen Keller. He said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do more. So we look at our chapters. And Kwame Nkrumah once said, it is clear that we must find an African solution to our problems. The problems that we face are African problems. There's no white Jesus coming to save us. And we as Africans, we need to find our own solution to our own problems. And we can't do that without uniting. We need to have unity here in Ghana and connect with our brothers around us. And if we're able to achieve that, we'll become the greater force that will change the world. And the quotes, a report from Agricultural Development Bank says that by 2035, which is 30 years from now, Africa is going to have the largest youth population workforces all over the world. We're going to have the largest. And that number is going to be bigger than all the workforces in the world combined together. So what it means is that by 2035, the youth population that are looking for jobs are going to be so bigger than any group of, or even the whole world workforce combined together. And these youth are going to be youth under 25 years. So it's going to be a very tough challenge for us. And I believe we have to figure out how we can solve this future problem today by working together by learning the skills that we need, by creating more jobs, by building the new industries, so that when the time comes, we would be able to address the challenges. If we can't fix our problem now, I don't know what future we have. But the little dots we have to collapse. Because the revolution that are coming are going to disrupt all industries. So any company or industry that does not embrace these new technologies will be left behind. And we have our chapters, African chapters or global chapters in all these countries. I'm not going to go through them because of time. In Ghana too, we have chapters in most of the regions. They're all joining us online, I presume. So if you can see us, you're all welcome to the Iit Meetup. We're happy to have you join us online. We also have campus chapters. Well, we try to create the IoT clubs in all the tertiary institutions here in Ghana. Over there in Kenya, they've been able to achieve that. So when you go to Kenya, all the universities, we have IoT clubs over there. We also do the same here in Ghana. Over the past 5 years, we've engaged in a number of initiatives, which includes the following. Some of you might be in one or more of these groups or be part of some of these initiatives. So that we have the Iit for Her, which focuses on getting more women in STEAM education. Because if you look at the picture of the job, the percentage for female is very, very low. So we should be able to encourage more females to go into the STEAM space so they can always have very good jobs to do. We have the Iit robotics space, which has been doing a lot of STEM training in the country. We have the Iit for Kids, where we get kids also in STEM. And these are a number of initiatives we have. Because of time, I'm going to go through everything. When it comes to projects too, we have a number of projects we've been working on, from training to building of innovations. And a quote from Albert Einstein says that we cannot solve the problems we face using the same kind of mindset or mind that we use in creating them. So the problems we face today were created by a generational mindset that for us to solve these problems, we need to change our mindset. We need to be able to think different. That's why we're going to have a session on how we can rewire our brains and minds for creativity and innovation. Now, when you look at the projects, we have our STEM projects, which mostly include training programs in STEM. We've done a number of them for the tertiary institutions. We take it further to senior highs campuses, where we engage them in STEM training or STEAM training. We have that for junior high, where we teach them 3D printing, virtual reality, robotics, programming, among others. We also engage with kids in communities to empower them with their STEAM skills. This is one of the projects we did with these kids. So each of them learned how to build their own robots using raw materials and electric components. We programmed them, and at the end of the day, they took their robot home. These are pictures of our trainers and trainees. When it comes to IoT projects, we've also worked on a number of Iit solutions. And these are pictures of some of them. So this is a smart thermostat, this is a smart TV, this is a motion sensor detector for balls and movement. And this is a switch for home appliances to be able to control with your phone wherever you are. So the exhibition at the back. So some of these things I'm talking about, when you come back there, you see some of them. You get to understand how they work. And these are 3D printed packages of some of the prototypes we worked on. And these are projects. So when COVID came in 2022, we had this challenge that we have the numbers, we have the knowledge, we have the skills. What can we do with COVID? So we set up a team called Hack Corona V. And our objective was to do a research, understand COVID, and how to be able to build innovations to help fight COVID. So this is one of the things we came up with. It's a 3D printed respirator that was 3D printed. So you change filter here, you can unscrew it, you just trace it, it opens, you put your filter in, then use it. So you don't have to dispose it, you can use it for a very long time, you don't replace filters. We also came up with the first face shield in the country. Before Chinese would push all their face shield on us. we had came up with this one, which was 3D printed, and we used the transparent white sheet as the cover. We came up with this because when COVID came earlier, the WHO came to say that COVID could be hanging in the atmosphere in fluids, so you need to cover your eyes too, not just your nose. So that's how we came up with this innovation. We also saw that when the mask came earlier, it was very, very hard to put on your ears. It was itching. Some were having severe pain. So this helped you hang the mask at the back of your neck so that you don't have to hang on your ears. Then we came up with a smart or touchless washing bucket. This also was a result of the Veronica bucket that was trending. We noticed that you have to open the tap, wash your hand, and when you're done washing, you touch it again. So assuming someone touched it and it's infected, you will not know, you wash your hand and you touch it again. So this was also developed by us. We have sensors, they sense your hand, the water flow. We have them all here. So after all the sessions, we have exhibition, we have network, we can all go around to demonstrate some of these things. Then we also work on this disinfectant booths for industries. We did it for polytank, among other industries, where you walk through the system, there's a sensor sense your body, it sprays disinfectant on you before you get into the factory. In partnership with Ghana Tech Lab, Hack Lab, and among other partners, we mass produce a number of these innovations, COVID innovations for the Ministry of Health, among other organizations. And this is a project we are still researching. We're looking at building a smart city project where we can collect environmental data conditions and share with everybody around the area. It's helping you to know which area is highly intoxicated when it comes to the atmosphere, the gas in the atmosphere. You get to know which area is very silent or serene or sound and all that. So these are what we can do with the data. And these are our partners that we've been working with for the past 5 years. Both in Ghana, overseas, in Kenya, among other places. Now, apart from all the innovations and all that, we also had some little success or achievements. In 2018, one of our research projects was awarded by African Entrepreneurship. We made it to the top 30 out of 5,000 out of Africa. And in 2018-19 too, we participated in hackathon. And we won 2018, 2019. 2019 we won 10,000 cities. In 2020, the innovations we did for COVID were featured in 50 homegrown African innovations under the United Nations magazine. In 2021 too, we got featured by Forbes magazine for the same innovation that we built for COVID. So this is a picture from the African Entrepreneurship Award 2018. And this is where I had my name, the Tech Prodigy, by the United Nations. So we also featured in this magazine, the innovations we came up with. Now, we're looking at the years ahead, 3 years from now. We had this vision back in 2020, before COVID. So COVID had literally taken 2 years of our vision of, so we don't have much time. We have only 3 years to make sure we execute this vision. So we planned that by 2025, we should be able to have all our chapters in all the African countries. Today we should be in about 10 of them. We left with about 44 more to go. So I believe working together with our partners and our community in general, we're able to expand. We're also looking at having tertiary and senior higher cycle, having clubs, STEM clubs in the senior high schools, among others. We also want to create 100,000 jobs in the next 3 years. That's 10% of what government is creating. Then we're looking at getting more partnership and collaboration to be able to push our work out. A quote from the late Kofi Annan, he said, "Any society that do not succeed in tapping into the creativity of its youth or her youth will be left behind." So what this means is that we all have creative powers, everybody. We all have talent, we have gifts, but if we fail to harness this power, all of us will be left behind. And we don't want to see that happening. That's why we exist, and that's why we do what we do. And we're happy to have you all being members of the Iit Solutions Hub. Thank you. If you're not in our community or in a group, if you're here for the first time, you're not a member of the community, I'd like to see by hands. Oh, nice. Good. You're welcome once again. We're happy to have you here. This is the work that we've done over the past 3 years. I'm going to take COVID out. So COVID had took 2 years of our life. We also tried to pass away. So all this has been done in the past 3 years. And going forward, we are very aggressive and want to make sure we can do a lot, starting from this year. If you're not in any of our group, either on Telegram or WhatsApp, kindly take this number and send your name to it, and invite to be sent to you to join the community. I also want to encourage everyone to go to our Facebook page, our Telegram page, and join our groups, like our pages. We have to do that now. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, look for IoT Network Hub. Okay. So look for IoT Network Hub at IoT Network Hub. You'll find it over there. All right. So please, if you have any questions, you can ask before we move on to our next session. Any question, please? Okay.
So,
No question?
you can ask Bruce Palai.
So if there's no question, our next speaker will come and then take some few minutes with us. She had to be somewhere, unfortunately, so she wants to rush so that she can go. We have some short break once we come back.
We will. It will be